welcome back to Dajiban Life, and this is going to be more of like a life update. As you can see, I'm still living in my van, even though I said about a year ago I wouldn't anymore. I'm still here. But I think that's about to change because I recently got a new job across the country. So I'm moving to the East Coast, and I think, I guess I could drive this over there, but I think it would be bad form to show up in like, this really dilapidated cargo van. At least for the first few months, once they get used to me, then maybe I could do whatever I want. But I want to, make a good impression because it's a good job. So I'm gonna have to leave the Dajiban behind and the Dajiban life behind, at least for a few months at least. So the plan is to drive one of my other vehicles across the country and sort of temporarily move, and then as I find time, I'll fly back and drive my other vehicles one at a time over there. And so I don't know if I want to actually take the Dajiban over there. It might not be worth it, honestly. It is starting to sort of show a lot of signs of wear and tear, even though it only has, I think, about 115,000 miles at this point. It might be closer to 120 now. So, kind of low mileage considering. But the transmission is giving me problems lately. Like it still works, but maybe from the rear end collision from the hit and run I was involved in. Maybe something broke in there, or I don't know. It's just has trouble whenever in the morning, first start, the first 10 minutes before it warms up. If I ever stop somewhere, right, the engine just shuts off, and it has something to do with the transmission. It feels like, because it like lurches, and then like sort of slips and catches, and then it just stalls the engine out. And from my experience with my other van as well, since I had the same van before. That weak point was also the transmission. So it seems like the weak point of these vehicles, of the Dajibans, is the transmission. So there's that. And then also recently my battery pack for my solar generator, it went out for some reason. I don't know why. It was working fine. One day I checked it like during lunch just to make sure it was charging and everything, because it's been raining a lot here. A lot of cloud cover. So the first sunny day, I was checking it on my app, and it was working fine in the afternoon, and at night I went to plug in my phone and charge it, and all of a sudden, it was dead. And I looked at the graphs and everything, and what the app would tell me, and there wasn't anything really obvious, well, what went wrong. So I thought maybe it was just it had shorted out. So I opened it up actually just to kind of check a little bit and look in there. I didn't see anything really, that wrong with it. There's nothing, glaringly like obvious, like, oh yeah, that's why it died. So I'm not exactly sure. Maybe the batteries died. I'm not sure. I won't actually know until I tear it apart and really do a deep dive and do a diagnostic check on pretty much every single component in there. But because I'm having to move, within the next few weeks to get over to the East Coast. So I don't think I'll really have time to do that, to do a full teardown. I think this van probably needs a once-over anyway. Just, kind of go through everything again and refresh, things. Because it's been in this current configuration that it is now, including the battery, my solar setup, and all that, for at least a good 2 to 3 years now. Probably like 2 years. And I haven't really touched anything. I haven't really, just, general maintenance is all I've done. Is oil changes, air filter, I haven't even done spark plugs since I changed them out for the XL ones. So, yeah, it's been working perfectly, except for the transmission issues and stuff I told you about, but that's just getting worse over time. And so, I don't know if it's worth it to even keep it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, what I should do with the van. I do love it, but I don't really have that much of a use for it, I guess, right now. I guess in the future I could find a use for it, for sure. Having a cargo van around is, nice to have. So the thing is, even if I try to get rid of it and sell it, I don't know how much value it would have at this point, because it's smashed in the rear, from the hit and run accident. So, yeah. I don't know if it's worth it to keep it, and I don't know if it's worth it to get rid of it. So at this point, I'm kind of in this gray zone. Not sure what to do. So yeah, you might not see too much content on the Dajiban for a while, just because I'm not taking it with me initially. Maybe later, if I do decide to drive it over to the East Coast, I can work on it over there for sure. Um, I would maybe do a manual swap then, and I don't know if I want to go through all that trouble though, because I did see someone else, another Dajiban owner. I think his name is Dimlight 65 on Instagram. He posted a manual swap that he did. He didn't say like how it went or anything though. He just showed some pictures and stuff. And I haven't seen it driving in video or anything, so I'm sure it works. But he had to custom fabricate a lot of things like mounts and plates and all kinds of stuff. I think the shifter was in the wrong position, so he had to move that. And I knew that there was a lot of that kind of stuff involved, but it would be fun, but I'm not sure that would be worth it for for this. Maybe, I don't know. So yeah, anyway, yeah, just leave a comment and let me know what you think I should do. I'm sort of on the fence 50-50 about it, and if you guys want to see more content about the van, then I'll definitely, I can definitely make some more. I'll probably want to tear this whole thing apart, like take the engine out and everything, and rebuild this pretty much from the ground up, and really finish it the way that I wanted to, or like initially that I had thought of, because I was gonna paint the outside of it and everything, you know what I mean, and make it look real nice. But I never got around to it because of the accident that happened. So the other update is that my friend gave me his old car, and this is a 2002 Volkswagen GTI. It's a 1.8 turbo. Has 211,000 miles on it, something like that. Nice little car. I've driven it quite a bit before. It's not pretty. There's definitely some cosmetic issues with it, but mechanically it's pretty sound. I know the history of it. He took care of it, and so it runs pretty well. I mean, it has high mileage, so it's probably gonna die at some point. But for now, it's working. So now I have add a GTI to the fleet. I don't know what to do with it. I'm thinking it might be a good EV conversion candidate, so I might do an EV conversion later. But that's really after I get to the East Coast and really settle in and find a garage or a workshop or something I can work in, if I actually wanted to do that. But I think this would make a good EV candidate because I could take out the back seats and then all the space in the back, because really you're not going to cart more than 2 people around in here. No one really sits in the back seats of these because it's too small. So I would just take those out and then drop the floor so it's nice and flat, and then put a battery pack back here. And then they sell conversion kits online now that you can buy, electric motor that mounts right up to the transmission, and then with an adapter plate or something, and then you can just have an EV, convert your old gas guzzler into an EV. So I think this would be the perfect candidate for that. But honestly, I don't really have a use for this otherwise. You know what I mean? If it's not an EV, then GTI, I don't know. Yeah, it's good, but it has high mileage, and once it starts breaking down, like, I don't know if I'd really want to fix it. So I guess let me know what you want me to do with this as well. I could sell it because he gave it to me for free. But these don't really go for much. I think the blue book value on these is like $1,000 or maybe 1,200, 1,500 at the most. I mean, it's in decent condition. I could probably clean it up, really wash it and fix all the like cosmetic issues with it. Just some touch-up paint and whatever, and make it look nice, and probably get, yeah, probably around 15, maybe 2,000 if I'm lucky. But I don't know if it's worth the work, honestly. I could probably just let it go the way it is. But yeah, it's a free car. It's nice that I know the history of it and there's nothing wrong with it. So it would be nice to keep. But yeah, I'm not sure what to do with it. So yeah, that's pretty much my life right now. And yeah, as far as the Dajiban, my plans for the Dajiban is that I'm not sure what to do with it. I think eventually I'll probably end up keeping it and driving it across the country. Assuming that it makes it over there. That could be a good video. Just a cross-country trip in the Dajiban. And if it breaks down, I'll have my tools with me and I'll fix it on the side of the road. You can watch me do that. Because I'm pretty sure it'll probably break down on the way. But if it's a transmission, then I'm screwed. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I guess I could just Uber to an airport and just fly and just completely abandon it. as long as I don't have anything important in here. So yeah, that could be something I do. And then if it does make it over, then I'd probably plan on tearing it down completely, engine out. You know, replace all the seals. You know, maybe upgrade the intake manifold to the EverQuest one or something. There's one company makes a replacement one that's like $600, I think, that flows way better. Or I could do like a diesel conversion. I've been thinking about that too, like throwing in an old Cummins, like a Dodge Cummins diesel in there, I think it's a 4 or 6 BT, so a turbo diesel engine. I don't know how the registration for that would work at the, you know, because I'm moving to Georgia. I don't know how Georgia's DMV, you know, how they handle engine swaps. So I'll have to look into that. It can't be worse than California though, right? But in California, you can't swap a gas engine to a diesel without major like issues and hurdles. You have to get a referee to, I don't know, make sure it's cool and whatever, and have it officially transferred over to diesel and all that. It's a big pain in the ass. So, you know, that would be the only thing holding me back. It would be changing the nature of the Dajiban though, because Dajibans are, you know, known, at least in Japan, they're supposed to be, you know, V8 gas guzzlers, either with the 5.2 or 5.9. More commonly the 5.2, I think, over there, because that's what's available to them. Or I could look at maybe throwing in a 5.9 engine. I don't know. Or doing some kind of weird hybrid build or something. I don't know. But yeah, uh, like I said, let me know what you guys think, and you know, I'll take that into consideration in my decisions. And yeah, thanks for watching.